Jack Tricarico.
Thank you.
Sopranic tension. I sweat off the insects in other people's heads, those especially who are only heard by the air. Along for a walk. Paradise comes out of a supermarket, eager to build its own jungle around somebody's lost shoe. How one stray step heaps into immobility. How someone's exposed navel interminably whines. The geography of uncertainty there. It's the heat, meows a cat with its cartoon face. I will return to her later, her shadow stuck to my foot. So I wake up and the street is on roller skates. I have 101 personalities that want to be killed for no reason. I have a centrifugal eye and a centripetal one. I remember a child who ate worms, occupying an adult absence at the General Post Office, was arrested for eating the mail. I am 10 children with chop suey hands, an accountant's brain of disarranged decimals, a four-cornered dog claiming to be the Holy Father. Oh, bogus eternity of platonic parking meters. Don't become the cement of the backward falling rain. Today is apple strudel day. Someone is fondling himself by a bakery window, complaining of being followed by an advertisement. Look at that cloud shaped like a tail of smiles, the traffic unzippering the damp, voluptuously glossing a girl's back, smoking a crooked cigar. Dupe of manipulation. Who claims to know where the weather will take us? I keep wiping my hands on the air, counting my steps backward. Behind every confessional tree, the daylight has X-ray eyes. Someone who dies upright, looking at slow traffic, turns to his curved silhouette, sees death walking its favorite color out of a dirty abandoned shoe, flash back through zoom lens on idyllic surroundings. He was tired of country life. It's understandable how everyone needs distraction as the summer ends in cement feet, clumps over parasols on the festively painted grass, grounding oblique looks from the benches. Has anyone seen a pink Frankfurter dog as a man in a baggy gown reminded me of a dead ant who has been dead for a long time? What a fright is his absurdly elastic mouth, his spongy upholstered hair, the blistered effect of his burlesque cosmetic over his pudgy gelatinous face. Will the spectacle go on, cross-dressers everywhere, shouting, pompadours rejoice, are angels empathic, is the sparrow in my palm? I only went out for a walk, and on every street, someone was peeling the sweat off of a benediction. Someone was chasing the lice out of a forgotten address. Someone was selling a clock that promised an early winter. For my itchy, reclusive wife, I brought home a magnifying glass to examine her every pore, the infinitesimal wings of the heat or the mind. Only uncertainty reigns. Another day of this, and I will immolate myself, she warned. Already a sacrifice of sorts, I advise her to stare cross-eyed. Remember her diaper rash, her helpless baby cries, how much worse it could be. She slumps to the left and mumbles a calculation. At 55 miles per hour, the nearest star is 520 centuries away. Misted in bug spray, her sphinx pose is awesome, aimed at a vulnerable ear, the riddle that hammers the door. And one other is vertigo. I stare at my cup of coffee, my hands stare at it, the Aztec ashtray from Colombia stares at it, my stomach retreats thoughtfully, filled with its foretaste. It gives me vertigo, the grapefruits beside it, their sickly yellow greenish skin. A day like this color drops from a skyhook. In San Francisco, no one believes I sell Bibles. The communists, the anarchists, the existentialists, the Kantians, the Hegelians, no one believes it. They laugh at my black suit, my partial stutter, and the twitch in my eye. They think I'm an executioner. They think I sell guns. They give me a shadow that looks like a praying mantis and a face that eats bears. It's that Manhattan ambience following me around like ectoplasm. Good evening, friends, Mr. and Mrs. Miscellaneous and etc. Incorporated, Mr. Otherwise and Mrs. Beside the Point. Excuse my incorporeal look and the snakes in my hair, which will stay where they are, providing you look at this pay-as-you-browse Bible, these pictures of Jesus being flagellated up Calvary Hill, being crucified and resuscitated in the arms of his mother. That gong-sounding bell waking me up for another day on the ropes. It's lonely in Brooklyn. A bogus passport tells me how threatened it feels in Alice's looking glass of surrealist navigators. Which window is spying for the immigration department? Mornings arrive with knives at their throats. Everyone has a black handkerchief filled with internal rain. Only I, in the memory of another memory, a larger memory around a smaller memory, can go on without fear through these four-dimensional walls. In drafts of chiaroscuro, I exit the two doors of my brain that lead to the same roof. An adolescent girl is reading Artaud to the stars, naked for that purpose. I like rituals. Any way out of the mind leaves more room in the head. Thank you.
How to be a pioneer of love. Expand the heart. Love more. Practice love in secret. Publicly proclaim love. Love as much as you can. Take Cupid's poisonous arrows and incorporate that poison into everything you do. Reject the belief in a limited capacity of the human heart. Never try to own another. Never let yourself be owned. Worship and adore as many as you can. Open your mind and body to lovers. Suffer the consequences. Give yourself away. Cry, laugh, orgasm. Act on your dreams. Recognize your broken heart. Accept pulverization. Accept failure, loss, triumph. Then break more, fail more, lose more, triumph more. Tear apart the fabric of society. Revel in the rebellion. Reject the impossibility. Live and love until there's nothing left of you. Write all the love letters you can. Seduce, 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 and be seduced. Conduct the electricity that is the life pulse. Don't deny yourself earthly pleasures. Give yourself permission to love to death, because we are all going to die, and before we die, we can love. Fall in love often, stumble, trip, crush. Even though it beats you the hardest, wrecks you and leaves you in shambles. All we have are shambles. Everything's an illusion. Then illusions are enough. Love mortifies you. It enslaves you and sets you free. You will rise again. Practice rejecting possessiveness. Banish jealousy. Try and try. Loving adds more meaning to every action every day. It makes every hour worth more than 60 minutes. Fit more living into your life by playing on the frontier of love. You will be shot down and destroyed. You will be exalted and praised. You cannot protect yourself. Even if you live hiding, you will suffer the consequences of love. So just stand up in love. There is a math and physics beyond this defined realm. There are no maps but what your lover's hair draws upon your skin. It is always changing. The roads and cities shifting like the unknowable ocean. Let this terrify you. Be terrifying. Join this army. Set examples on fire. I am dedicated to taking that advice. I try and try. I want to love as much as I can before I die. I want to lay and just, know that I did not miss a chance of loving. And then sometimes you just love and you wish you didn't love that person. This is about her. Sometimes undone the icing has me. She is a lovely New York City, with river limbs dangling, sparkling bangles of bridges. The ocean grabs her feet, her edges are beaches. I wish I didn't want her. 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 Luminous starless nights, glowing skyline, oscilloscope reading of life, her staring holy moon, her extremes of temperature, burning, freezing, lovely. I want to be her thermometer. She leaves me begging, always wanting, always having, always imagining more. I am in awe of her. I need a rest from her. I long for her long New York City, New York City. I wish I didn't want her. 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 A bicycle licks her in less than a day, but the life of an eye cannot know her entirety, entirely. Her incessant construction, destruction, traffic pulse ribbons of lanes, veins of underground trains, teeming with dreams, garbage and smells, covered with sores, wounds, riches and bells. Wildlife, wildlife, we claim to know her well. Giant concrete, wishing well. I wish I didn't want her. 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 8 million strange strangers each have their own vision, beyond truth, beyond fiction, temptation, religion, impressing her life on each body she touches. She's a movie star, an icon, a history, a country. Expensive, compelling, free, sneaky and yelling, gorgeous and lovely, keep secrets and tell me. She is my mind, my mysterious dwelling, and in her I drown and emerge and keep sailing, keep sailing, keep sailing, keep sailing. I wish I didn't want her. I wish I didn't want her. I wish I didn't want her. I wish I didn't want her.